recording. Welcome for those who are brand new. If you're brand new to network marketing, I'm so grateful that 7.5 years ago when we seen this opportunity to have a mentor that showed us really how to do this. When I first started off, I'll tell you my desire was so strong. You guys heard the story before. We got in our previous company. I had over about 500 people on my list when I started, and I watched some videos that taught me how to go look at and say, how do you build a successful network marketing business? Okay, some of the time when you think about our time as people, even outside of network marketing, have you ever went about your day and said, man, where did my day go? What did I even do today? Okay, did I do anything? So today I want to put you on some focus on how to direct your energy in your business so that you can become productive. Now, most of us we get busy. So it's really rough if you're busy and broke, right? Right? We get busy with things that don't bring us money. We get busy with things that don't put value in the system. So we're going to talk about A activities versus B activities, and we call them income producing activities. So if you can write on your paper, income producing activities. Okay, that's what we're going to focus on. And so I want you to think about this. I'm going to ask a question. I can't see the chat yet, but if you're just now getting on, here's the question that I want to pose to you. Based on your day, if you're building your business, how many hours, if you do an hour, how many hours do you think that you spend on income producing activities? You go ahead and put it in the chat. How many hours a day do you build your business? Would you say that you do your business full-time, part-time, sometime, it's a hobby? Drop it in the chat. Or no one put it no time. Or no time, okay? I'm assuming if there's nothing in the chat, it's no time, okay? Drop in the chat. So what, 6 to 8 hours, okay, yeah. Get a part-time, okay. Johnny did 2 hours, okay. Anybody else? Everybody's no time? Look, y'all know the trick is coming, huh? So we have Shaka sometimes, okay. Quintus 3 to 4 hours, okay. And this is the day or a week, right? This is the day. This is people talking about per day. 2 to 3, okay. 25 hours a week we go, okay. So here's my question. That's a lot of time. Okay, so we're gonna talk about what goes into those categories, because sometimes we have in our head like, I'm crushing it. I'm building this business. I'm talking to everybody every single day. I'm doing all this. And I'm gonna tell you, let me equate that to fitness. Okay, I've been in the fitness arena for over 20-something years. And I always say, just like anything else, just like the network marketing industry, fitness, when you go to the gym, it's math. So when someone says, man, I've been going to the gym, I go to the gym all the time. I can't seem to lose weight. I'm eating the right stuff, and I ask them, are you eating the right things? How much you're eating? All these numbers, right? That's some of that. I can't lose weight. And I say losing weight is math, okay? You take in less calories, you burn more calories than you take in, you lose weight. That's it, right? Sounds really simple. But then you're like, yeah, it's not that simple though. And the reason why most people can't lose weight, you know why? Because they're not monitoring what they're eating. They don't know how many calories they're taking in. They don't know how often they're getting on the treadmill, or how many hours, or how many calories they're burning. Same thing in network marketing. You don't know how many hours you're really putting in because you don't understand the activity. Okay, so when we talk about I'm going to talk about A-type activities versus B-type activities. B-type activities don't bring us no money. B-type activities don't put volume in the system. So when I want you to think about, I'm going to pose the question, write this on your paper, is anytime you decide to do something for this business, I want you to think about, does it put volume in the system? And if it doesn't put volume in the system, it's a B activity. And to tell you the truth, here's what I know numbers-wise. Okay, Bill and Empire talks about this. 90% of networkers, they think they're working, but they're doing B activities. What are B activities? We can fill them in. B activities is you may be doing some personal development. Okay, our morning mentorship call. It's a B activity. It doesn't put volume in the system. Okay, reading a book, it's a B activity. Trainer man and woman, training is a B activity. It does not put volume in the system. Okay, so you won't build your network marketing business training. You won't build your network marketing business reading a book. You won't build your network marketing business getting in all these other things on YouTube, whatever, on social media. That's not how we build our network marketing business. We build our network marketing business by putting sales in the system. And to do that, so A activities are what? Prospecting, with the intent what of having someone go in the system, correct? So prospecting is your first activity because it's going to actually put people in your funnel. So if you're finding that you're barely signing onesie twosies, it's because you don't have a big enough funnel. You're not prospecting enough. So if I ask you today, how many people do you prospect daily? Okay, so if you go look at your entire week, last week you're saying, hey, I didn't put any sales in the system, or I haven't got anybody signed up, and I'll ask you, because it's a numbers game, how many people did you show? How many people did you prospect? Because that's where network marketing starts at. So what does prospecting look like? It's you reaching out on Facebook, and maybe you want to reach out to your friend John you haven't talked to in a while. Hey John, how you doing? Just checking on you. And you look through John's Facebook and you see what John's going on. You just start some talk with the implications of creating something so you can show John the deal. That's prospecting. Okay. The other night we talked about form in our last training, where I talked about how to invite on social media, talked about how to invite from your phone. So now this is the continuation. Okay, prospecting deals with that. You're forming people. That is an A activity. Okay, so 90% of people are not doing that. They're here. So now you need to shift that. You need to shift your momentum. 80% of your activity should be in prospecting and inviting. So the next one is inviting or prospecting to invite to a presentation. Okay, so you got to invite. You got to get out of your shell and say, hey, I got an event happening tonight. I want to get you on. We're showing a webinar or presentation about HFX, how to trade it. We're showing Forex or whatever the case may be. Or you show the 12-minute video. And when you show the 12-minute video, they watch it, and then you're going to close them like we talked about the last training session we did. We talked about tie down. After you close them, you say, hey, what do you want to do? Elite or HFX or Forex. You give them the option to do either one of those three. Okay, so A-type prospecting, inviting. Can anybody name another A-type activity that puts volume in the system? Doing a presentation, right? Doing a presentation for your team. Doing a presentation for your organization. Doing a launch event. So launch event / presentation / launch events are A-type. Present, and I'll just put launch. This is where if you're really trying to become a chairman, 80% of your time should be there. If you're really trying to make 6 figures in this industry or 7 figures, 80% of your attention should be here. As we know, trading takes us whatever you're doing, may take us 15 minutes, it may take us 1 hour. We get our trading out the way, done. We're now to 80% of getting people involved with our company. Okay, these are A-type activities, and this is where 80% of your stuff should go. So what I want you to do tomorrow or tonight is assess over the past week, where has your attention went? So now when I ask you, are you building your business full time? How much of the hours that you put on here are you in this space? Now, based on what I told you here for the definition, are you still working your business 5 hours a week, 5 hours a week? Are you doing this? Or are you in front of the computer? See, this company is very special because we're one of the first companies ever to ever have a product that you can make money from. And so unfortunately, most people think that because that product being a customer, okay, it is an income producing activity. It actually is, but it's not an income producing activity as far as building your business. It's just an income producing activity for yourself. Okay, so it's not an income producing activity. It's just something you're growing your account with. You're a customer. Now, if you're a distributor, 80% of your attention should go here to build your business. You want to pop chairman here, prospecting for your funnel, inviting to get them on a presentation, presenting to launch your people. And so the other night we talked about when you form your folks to build a team, it starts with what? You. It's going to start with you first because there is no one else on your team. So here's the mistake that I see that happens in our company. You get involved and you don't have a team. You don't reach out to really any contacts, and then you start trading. And then you start showing people, you start trying to train other people in trading, but you don't have a team. That is not going to get you to chairman. Listen, if that got people to chairman, even some of our educators will already be chairman right now. They're not, okay? Because this is where it's at. If you want to go chairman fast, and when I hit chairman in 60 days, this is where we were at. okay, all day long on my phone. When you're seeing these Chairman 100s pop up, Chairman 50s, you see all these millennials that are hitting these ranks like crazy. If you look at them, they're always on their phones. They're always inviting someone. Okay, they're always doing income producing activities. A, activities. Now, B, activities. We'll talk about that. Okay. Training. Some of the things have to be done, right? We got to show people where the information's at. So you may have to do a little bit of training, but you can't spend all your attention there. You won't grow business. Another one is what? Personal development. B, activity. It doesn't put volume in the system. It does build you as a person. So you're going to put some time into it. You should know where to allocate your time. Don't spend your whole day reading the book, because that doesn't put what? Volume in the system. Okay, what's another one that most of us get our attention caught? It may be that the activities are anything that doesn't contribute to your business. So it might be you running errands for the day. Might be you going to fix the car. Might be you having to take the kids out. Okay, those are all B activities. They don't build your business, but sometimes you have to do them. So when it comes to becoming successful in network marketing, you're going to have to get good at managing your time. So you have to make a schedule today and say, I'm going to work on my business, let's say 2 hours a day. So if we all committed to say, I'm going to work on my business 2 hours a day, that means you get to put in, if you do it 7 days a week, that means you get to put in what? 14 hours a week on your business. 14 hours a week in network marketing is powerful. And that's still part-time. Now, for those who say you go full-time, okay? You say, I'm going full-time. Do you know what full-time is? Full-time is like working a job. Your job, you go to work for 8 hours. That means for 8 hours, you need to be doing income-producing activities if you're doing network marketing full-time. How I hit the top rank in my last company, I did network marketing full-time. Okay? We worked at least 8 hours a day, if not more, with income-producing activities. Presentations, one-on-one, two-on-ones, okay? Going live to show the presentation again, going to Instagram to show the presentation again. That's income-producing activities, and you're going to do that for 8 hours. Whatever you're doing in a category, that's how many hours you're really putting in. Anything outside of this, B activities. You're not building your business, okay? You're just kind of messing around. It's like anything else. So if you're serious about getting ahead and at least making 6 figures, here's what you're looking for. I want to challenge every person on here. First of all, you got to go put in 10 personals, okay? If you've never put in 10 personals on your own, go focus on putting in 10 personals, okay? And I just heard, Alex Morton, he talked about him making 7 figures as well too. Now you guys know Alex Morton. Alex Morton is making millions per year now. Okay, I remember Alex Morton when he started his last company as well too. And he talked about putting 10 personals in each leg. Imagine him, if you put 10 personals each leg, you'll be a P1000. Now, why did he say that? He said put 10 personals in each leg, and here's what I know, personal momentum is the best momentum. So if you can fight to go put 10 personals in each leg, there's several things that you do. You heard me talk about this in our last training event, is we're building depth. That means we're building straight down. And so then you make a call and you say, hey, by the way, you're halfway to Platinum 600. You know what's crazy? I just made that call this week. And that person is hitting Platinum 600. She's already hit Platinum 600 today. Okay? And I said, did you know that you're halfway to Platinum 600? What? I said, you need 6 personals to go put in. And she put in 7. Okay? She put in those personals. So I know that it's possible because I have someone who put in 7 personals and they've never been successful in network marketing. Because what does it take? It just takes us making a commitment. It takes us moving our ego aside and going to go contact our people. You know, when me and my wife, when we decide to go on a personal run, we're back into that phase 1 again. We're going on a personal run. We are very intentional about who we talk to. Now, what is not an income producing activity? Waiting for someone to contact you is not an income producing activity. Another one I'm missing is follow-ups, are income producing activities. Follow-ups. After you finish your presentation immediately, you want to follow up with your people. And you want to ask them. What would you like to do? Elite or HFX or Forex? Give them that option. Those are the things that you need to be focused on. So follow up, prospect, inviting, presenting, and launching. You do all those things, and you're doing it in the time span that you say. 1 hour a day is powerful for IPAs. 2 hours a day, You're looking real good. You put full-time 8 hours in, prospecting all day long. You know how many calls you can make in 1 hour? You know how many messages you can send in 1 hour? You can go through hundreds of folks in 1 hour prospecting, whether you're going through Facebook or Instagram, if you're really doing income-producing activity. But unfortunately, I got this from Building an Empire. He says that 90% are here. And he said if only people figure it out, that if they just shift their set to here. When he described it, and this person I was reading, he had over 600,000 customers in his downline. And he said what he would do is, you're going to have people, and I'm going to tell you, you're going to look for certain things with folks. It's a numbers game. You're going to have people that are going to quit your organization. You're going to have to get over that. You're going to have people that you swear were beasts. They're going to tell you they're beasts. They're going to say, man, I'm going to put this many customers in, and that many customers in. And some of you have been through our mentorship call. You can't get excited about those things. Okay, people are going to talk. And when you send yourself through those highs or lows, meaning you're allowing someone to control your emotions. So when someone comes in and says, man, I'm going to put everybody in the system, and you get all excited about it, someone is now controlling your emotions. And this is what hurt people in network marketing. Because you allowed someone to control your emotions, you got excited. This person said, I'm going to put 10 people in, and then they turn around and they don't. What happens? You have this feeling, right? You have almost a feeling of failure, like, oh man, that was going to happen. Now, this person not only made you excited, they just made you sad. And they probably kind of just robbed your goat, took your baby. And so you got to get to a point where you're not excited about people, okay? Because it's a numbers game. And so I'll tell you the reason why we do 90-day runs in network marketing, because that's just what it is. It needs to be done in a very compressed time. And in 90 days, it allows us to sort out who's really going to be left after the dust settles. So what I want you to think about from this day forward, we're going to do a 90-day run from today if you weren't already on one. Okay? So that 90-day run is going to consist of, here's what my challenge is to you. At least prospect 10 people a day. Prospect 10 people a day, that starts your funnel. Okay? Then you can start following. Guess what? You don't got nobody to follow up with if you don't prospect. So once you start prospecting, it's the first thing. Okay? Once you start prospecting, you now have someone to what? Invite to the presentation. And once you get them invited to the presentation, either you close them or they're going to become a what? Follow-up. Okay? Then you got someone on your follow-up list. So you're going to have a system. So when you write down your list of names, you're going to put, what I like to do is when I follow up with them, I'll put an F next to their name. I followed up. And I'll put what they told me. Okay? If I'm prospecting them, I will put a P next to their name saying that I'm prospecting them and I'm still forming them. Once I have them invited, hopefully I close them, I'll get whatever answer I got for them, a yes or a no. And I track this. Okay? If you want to build something, you must track it. If you want something to grow, you must track it. It's just like losing weight. If you don't track losing weight, you will never lose weight. If you don't track your business, you will never grow a big business. So you got to start treating a network marketing business like it's really a business. So if you imagine, if you guys had to pay, let's say that you had to pay $100,000 to join this business, how would you treat it? Okay, a little bit differently, huh? But right now, you're treating it like what? You're treating it like a $235 business. And it's paying you exactly like a $235 business because you're treating it that way. I just have mentors say if you treat it like a hobby, then you're going to get paid like a hobby. And hobbies don't pay. So I don't know about you. I don't want to get paid hobby income. I want to get paid a buttload of money. And so we got to put in a buttload of work. We got to show a lot of people. And this is what we talk about, when you get in contact with you folks, why does your why matter so much? Your why matters so much because sometimes you're going to be tired. Sometimes you're going to get up and you're not going to want to do your business. You're not going to want to show people. You're going to get tired of maybe some people telling you no, and you don't want to show for the day, but your why, maybe it might be that I want to retire my parents because they're in the last years of their life. I want them to see the world because I know that they lived hard. Okay? Maybe I want to spend the last years with my father, things of that sort. That's what makes you go fast. Maybe I want my family to be free, my kids to have a college education. I want my kids to be lawyers, whatever that is for you, whatever your why is. But it has to be real because you're going to have to be on the grind with this. But let me tell you, here's what we're looking for when we talk about the numbers settling out. You're going to go through the numbers. Now, in our last talk, I talked about making a list, right? I told you guys to make a list of at least 20 starting off, and then take that list to 100, 200, and beyond. The longer the list, the bigger your belief. Think about it. When you make your list, there is someone on your list that is going to go chairman. They may go chairman before you. That's a great thing because now you only need 2 more people to do that with. You get 3 good, successful leaders in your organization, and you're knocking on the door of the chairman 25, chairman 100, chairman 250. That's it. It's a numbers game. We don't know. See, I used to be just what I'm telling you. I used to be that person that's when someone came in because I used to hear it all. Man, I've been looking for something like this. Man, I'm gonna crush it. I'm gonna show everybody, blah blah blah, and they give you the business. Now I know the person who talks the most, they'll be out the next day. Okay, I want just hear me closely. If someone is talking to you and they're telling you all the great things they're gonna do for you for the business. Oh, you don't know. You got the right one on this one. You got the man on this one. Everybody know me. I was the coolest kid in school and blah, 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 blah. And then before you know it, the next day you get this call. Hey man, I'm gonna have to drop, or you might not even get a call. You might look in your back office, see it zeroed out, and then you try to text them, and what happened? They got you on red, got you unread, on red, because that's what people do. And so you got to understand when you want to become a successful network marketer, you can't, first, you don't buy excuses, but you don't get excited about people coming in. They're just numbers. They're just numbers you're going to roll in. You don't know who's going to be interested. So we just prospect. We don't know who's going to say yes. The people that you think will, won't. And the people that you thought won't, will. And to tell you the truth, the most successful person you know, you think they won't do it. They will. Because that's why they're successful. They're successful because they see the future. You understand that? Most people who are successful, they're going to be successful in what they do, and they're going to see opportunity. Okay? The person you think needs it, they need it for just that reason, because they don't know how to see opportunity. They need it for just that reason because they are broke, but they're broke because of them. And so that's not really the person that you're looking for. So we're going to show everybody. We're not going to judge the person who has no money and the person we think is making a gang of money. We're just going to show them all. We're going to put them in the system, and in 90 days, let themselves sort themselves out. And your goal is to go as fast as you can. You know, who would have thought, listen, in our last company that we got into, we put in over 35,000 customers that were attracted into our organization. We had powerful leaders that came into that company. Who would have ever known? See, in the books that I'm reading, and hope you guys get the book, Building an Empire, you know, we say this word, every dud knows a stud. So last training, I talked about building through your people. Scoring in 24 hours, and this is why it's so important when you're able to score in 24 hours. And first of all, you keep IPA going, right? You have a lot of income producing activity, you're creating activity. But when you score with someone, every time that you sign someone up, it's an opportunity to go get their best person. So if everyone knows at least one person, everyone, and you just got to push a little bit enough. So if someone comes in, you can say, who is your best friend? What do you think your mom would think about this? What do you think your dad would think about this? Who's your uncle? Who's your brother? Okay, maybe they might not be your one, but if you don't learn how to dig through a network, you'll never meet your stud. It's very rare that you meet a person that's chest to chest, like the person you know that's going to be successful. But the person that you know knows someone who will be successful. Here's what happened to us. Okay, in our last company, same thing. Right? We got sponsored in by someone, by family, and then the mentor above them, he actually showed up in my market to build through me. And then we got successful because we were coachable and we did everything he said do, we did it. And then we became top earners in that company. That's gonna happen to you here. But you're gonna have to get good at digging through the network. So often, here's what happens when we're doing our activity, we sign our friend up, and it's our friend, or it's the person you know, and we let them build their own business. They're just like a little cub, they have no idea what to do. You have to tell them what to do. You have a lot of knowledge in your head, you're a networker. And so you let them know, here's what it looks like. We're gonna set you up for a launch event. Let's get your number one person that you know right now to get your organization going. Let's waive your fees today. Who can we show the video to today? And if you start going with urgency and showing right now, okay, first of all, you'll keep your activity going, but you should be able to build depth. And when you start building depth, that means building in a straight line down, you're actually creating opportunity for others. What do I mean by that? Okay? Create opportunity for others. Okay, we go straight down. Let's say you do put your 10 people in. Okay? Now you have something to call them about. Hey, congratulations, your team just grew here. Congratulations, your team group. Congratulations, your team group. Okay? Before you know it, once you get down to 5 levels deep, you got them halfway to Platinum 600. So now all these people, because you're 5 levels down, they're close to this. You can make this call. Hey, I don't know if you know, you're halfway to Platinum 600. Third person, I don't know if you know, you're halfway to Platinum 600. Hey, I don't know if you know, you're halfway to Platinum 600. So now you're doing these promoting calls so that you can spark up activity. So income producing activity, here's how you can spark up some movement in your organization. You call, if they want to do something, they'll tell you, well, what do I need to do? Well, we got to go get 7 new customers in. You only got to go put in 2. So let's go put in your mom today. Let's go put in your uncle today. Let's go put in your brother today. Because they may lead you to someone that you need. That's it. That's what we're focused on. If you spend 80% of your time doing that, specialize on that, you'll win. But us, listen, I'll tell you where I see the downfall at. Training all day long is not going to get you, you're not going to be a top earner. Okay? Helping customers that are already in all day long, not going to be a top earner. Okay? The only thing that's going to make you a top earner here. And so here's what the action plan I have for you. If you go in if you're in IBO right now, maybe you got the Platinum 150, maybe you're not even at that level yet. If you're not a Platinum 150 right now, you know, I believe you can do that in 1 week. If you're really doing income producing activity, P150 can be done in a day. It can be done in a week. You really can. Okay? And we need to create that culture, right? Speed of the leaders, the speed of the pack. If you're not putting in work, you're not doing the IPA, okay? You're not in a P150 right now. Start doing the IPA, become a P150, and then reignite your story. Speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. How fast do you want people to go? How fast do you want Platinum 600s to pop in your team? Then you got to go as fast as you want them to go. So even what I like to do is reset. Right? If you're already at a rank, you can reset. Let me try to go Platinum 600 all over again. And so I like when I get to put 30 persons in 1 month, that's like going Platinum 600 twice. How many times can I make myself go Platinum 600 in the system? So think about that. If you just reset every day, if I'm going Platinum 600 today, I'm going Platinum 600 this week, and you go out and get personals as if you were a Platinum 150. See, it's a mindset shift. Sometimes we may get comfortable. Listen, I'm talking to myself, y'all. Right? I get in these spaces too, where you get to a level, yeah, the income is coming in, I'm a Cherry 25. But I got to get hungry. If I plan on getting the Cherry 100, sometimes if my organization is not building, that means I need to go out and build a brand new team. So listen, if you have been sitting at your rank for over a year now, you need to build a new team. You need new leaders, period. That's what it is. And here's the great part about it. I'm not saying that your other leaders are not working and they're not going to work for you. What I'm saying is that this season, they're not going to be the ones to get you to your next level. What typically happens, it works like this. If this team is not growing, here's what the average network marketer does. And trust me, I've done this. You spend all your time that you're supposed to be building your business, but you're worried about because you want to make your friends, you want to make those that you know, you want it so bad for them, but they're not doing the activity. And so you're like, come on, how many you show today? Okay. And you hear the same thing over and over again. Okay, how many? And then what happened? And you get the same story every single time. And if you keep on hearing the same story, it's not your person. Next person. Let's go make a new successful story. See, we used to say a thing like this. New blood is the lifeline. Why? Because new blood, they come in with fresh energy. They come in without any type of judgment. They don't care whether it's trading or building. They just want to make money. That's what we're looking for. You want fresh blood in your business. You don't want old team problems. Old team problems are this. Oh man, every time I look in the back office, this is happening, this, that. Those are old team problems. New team problems is, hey, I got 3 people that want to sign up. I don't know where my link is at. I want that. Those are new team problems. If you don't got new team problems because you haven't done enough activity to go build a new team. You need new team problems. And to get new team problems, you need IPA, not busy and broke, BB. Okay? We don't need busy and broke. Because we can do a lot of activity without putting any value in the system. Folks, listen, I'm trying to get you to save your time. And so all that you really need in network marketing is 2 hours. 2 hours a day. And I would say that you're full-time. 2 hours of actual income producing activity. Going going through your list, calling your folks, inviting them to the night presentation, or showing them right then and there. Fill up your calendar. Okay, so tonight, here's what you do. You're gonna write out your tasks that you're gonna have tomorrow so that you stay on track. Because if you fail to plan to fail. So every time that I don't plan my day, I don't know where my day went. I'm like, oh my God, the day just went by fast. Why? Because I didn't plan it out. So what I want you to get used to is create a habit of planning your day out. So before you go to sleep tonight, think about all the things that you have to get done. Okay, tomorrow I gotta run this errand, then I gotta do this, I gotta take the kids here, and then boom. Now you're able to slot in when exactly you're gonna put in your business time. So now you're really treating your business like a business. We say what you focus on, expansion gets bigger. Well, some of us, we're just focused on life. We let life take us here and there. And I'm not saying that life doesn't hit, but we just heard a call with Cash Cartier. I think life can't hit no harder than that. Okay? Life hit, and he made a decision that I'm still going to do it. I'm not saying you got to do what he does. Okay? But I'm saying if you want to become a six-figure earner and money is a problem for you right now, then you got no choice. I see people that have money problems, but they don't look like they have money problems. Because someone that I think they have money problems, they'll be working their butts off. Someone that I think needs money, they'll be working their butts off right now. But people have the opposite mentality of really building wealth. You got to get off your butt and go show people, period. Stop thinking, and here's why most people don't show people. You think about all the stuff they're going to say about it. What do they think about network marketing? Who cares? They're not successful in whatever they're doing right now. They need it. In this time that we're in right now, this pandemic, trust me, I know without a doubt, people need this. Period. They need something, right? Something tells, listen, there are people selling a flower on a piece of paper in a position, and they're doing it. They need money. They're just not getting it the right way. So we got the thing that shows them to do it the right way and actually get them on track. Okay, so here's what we're looking for. So when we go through the numbers, I'm gonna talk about what we're looking for when we put someone in the system. So you don't get your hopes up super high when you're putting folks in. We put them in the system, we let them sort themselves out. Here's what you're looking for as they're sorting themselves out. Okay, 5 things we're looking for. The first one, man, life could be so easy in network marketing if people were just coachable. Coachable. What does coachable mean? Okay, I'll tell you, for me, I've always been coachable. I'll tell you, I had to learn something this season because I was successful in my last company. So when I came over, I would say, let me just be transparent. I don't think I was I wasn't as coachable as I should have been coming into this company. I did a lot of things wrong, and we're feeling the effects today. Why? Because a lot of things that are happening today, I actually started at the beginning. And now I have to work them out because I started them and I wasn't coachable. There were people that told me, Randy, don't start a Telegram. I did. Randy, don't trade with your team. I did. Randy, you don't have to be the trader. I did. All the wrong things. I'm trying to tell you before you do it. I did it all. And yes, we're at Chairman 25, but we had to boot our way up here. And we had to feel the reversals, the pullbacks, and all that. So we're feeling the effects of me being uncoachable. Okay? I was uncoachable. In my first company, I was very coachable. But here's what happened to me, my twist. I wasn't successful at all in network marketing, so I had to be coachable. And then when I thought I made it, I came over here, I just saw all this stuff. Like we did over there, we about to crush it over here. These numbers easy. What? Oh yeah, done. But it's a little bit different over here. Some different terms over here. The product moves different. You see, in other companies, you got to go sell. In this company, we don't have to. It's really a luxury. So we have to do a lot of sorting in this company and looking for the right people. So the number one thing in this company is they got to be coachable. Meaning if I tell you, and I have these phone calls all the time, and I'll just let you do it, okay? I'll have these calls where I've watched videos and I've talked to my upline and I've talked to the Chairman 250s and Chairman 500s, and then I'll have a conversation with you. And you're like, you'll hear me, I'll say it, and you'll be like, oh, we're gonna do this system over here. So I have to watch you go bump your head. So I'm watching people in my organization bump their head, even though I told them this is what's gonna happen to you. Okay, so let me tell you one. We pay for all the educators in this company. Let me say it again. We pay $15 for our business to refer people to all the educators in the company. So why are we trying to create our own systems when the company already has it? I know it's almost funny that I'm saying this because it was me. Okay, I'm talking to I'm talking to the man in the mirror right now. But I'm telling you what happened to me 2.5 years ago. The same thing. Even if we have issues with our system, I want you to know how powerful this is. Even if we have issues with our system, because I used to get upset because maybe a payment didn't go through. Okay, maybe this person, their payment rejected or whatever the case may be, right? You see some value shift. And I remember when I was having problems with my back, I was like, man, the thing didn't go through it. I'm getting frustrated. My energy's in the wrong place. And someone says something significant that went right out went through one ear, out the other. But now I'm in this place. They go, Randy, well, if your people was actually plugged into IM and not to a Telegram, then they wouldn't be dependent on Telegram. They would have to log into their back office. And then you wouldn't have a balance problem. I'm like, no, man, no, uncoachable. Uncoachable. Because what they were telling me is, I've been there before. I'm just telling you what you have to do. So what I'm telling you right now, I'm just telling you what you have to do. And so if you plug them into the actual system, like the actual company, you will see less value shift. Listen, I get to see top down. I'm watching, and it's me. Listen, I'm taking responsibility because some of you learned from me. But I'm telling you right now, you're going to have a drawdown. You're going to have a pullback, and you won't be able to control it, especially if you don't got a system on top of it. And so how do you control it now? You plug them into the system. You plug them into the company. You don't become trader man or trader woman. You allow Manny Quiones to be trader man. You allow Dr. K to be trader woman. You allow Matthew Thayer to be trader man, or Millie Mills to be trader woman. See, we have all these successful traders. We just got to plug them into the system. And then the spotlight's off us. We have 150 educators that we pay $15 for a month, and we don't use it. We create our own system. Think about it, folks. Christopher Terry is almost a billionaire. Do you think that you are more qualified than Christopher Terry, who has over 35 years of experience in the trading space? Well, that's what we're saying when we go out and start training, because Christopher Terry trained all of his traders. So yes, we're learning as customers. So that very change in your business, I promise you, will change everything. Coachable. What's the next thing being coachable? You know, talking about, hey, show 10 people a day. Can you show 10 people a day? I think everyone on this is qualified to show 10 people a day. Okay, because when you show 10 people a day, guess what your people are doing? They're going to show 10 people a day. What you do, your team will do. You can talk all day long. Your team is going to do what you do. If they see you take a day off, I want you to think about it. If you have a team, let's say you have an organization of, let's say you're Platinum 600, and you have an organization of 12 people. You tell them, hey, y'all need to be putting in work, blah, 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 blah. You're in management mode now. And so you're telling them to put in work, but then they see you on Instagram, like, oh, they're hanging out there. Oh, they over there. They don't see you working. And so what do? They don't work because they don't see you work. So duplication. The crazy part is we all duplicate, whether we like it or not. We duplicate the bad things about ourselves. And so I even have to be careful what I do, because sometimes I don't even catch that I'm doing something like, oh my God, if I do that, then the whole team's going to do that. And it's going to be a bad thing later on. And you ever had that exercise? Think about it. That exercise where you whisper a message in someone's ear, and then when it gets down to the 10th person, what happens? It's a different message, right? So you can imagine if you're doing the wrong thing, it's going to be the wrong thing 10 messages down, and even worse. And so you want to start in the right way. So if we just plug them to the company and we're being coachable to the company, guess what? We have a huge system. Here's what I found. When I plug my people into the company, they found people that they related to. They found chairman that they related to. Maybe someone might have related to Chairman 250, Mr. Banks, okay? Or maybe someone related to Bryce Thompson, Chairman 500. Or maybe someone related to David and Minite because they seen them on a mentorship call. But if I kept them away from those people, okay, first of all, if I keep them away from those people, I become silly. That means the only thing they ever seen, the only thing they ever know is Chairman 25. Oh, I didn't even know there were Chairman 500s in the company. Oh, I didn't even know there was Chairman 750s in the company, because they only seen you because you have to be the man or the woman. So the goal is you have to learn to shift your people to see other things in the company, and before you know it, they might even get better than you. And that's okay. The goal of network marketing is you want people better than you. Okay, you want people in your downline, your partnership, you want them better than you. And to make them better than you, you have to introduce them to your mentors, your mentor's mentor, and so forth. So that's why organization, you get introduced to Dr. Joel Tanker, okay, or a Dr. Kathy Kirkland, okay, or a Lawrence and Tamara Young, okay, or a David Imanitie, or a Cash Cartier. Okay, you get introduced to all those folks you have access to because you may get something from them that's going to help your business. Okay, so number one was coachable. Number two, burning desire. Desire. This is what you're looking for in your people. If you got someone with no desire, you don't have somebody who's going to build a business. They have to have desire. They have to want this. If they don't want this, they're a customer. Don't waste your time. Your time is valuable in network marketing. You're going to have to learn how to time manage. Don't let people bust your time. Your time is your money, and you got to manage your money. Number three, credibility. You got to have credibility. They have to have credibility. Now, what makes someone not have credibility? Are you the type of person that has quit everything you ever joined? If you quit everything you've ever joined, then you're going to have a credibility problem. Because what's going to happen when you go introduce this to them, they're going to think about the time you quit the other business, or maybe you brought them into another business. And I get it. Now, the great thing about what we do is you can build that credibility up. Now, you may have to build that credibility up. They may have to see the product. You may have to sell them on the product, because typically you're selling yourself. Now, for those who have credibility, you're perfect. When I got in my first company, I had a lot of credibility. I was able to call up friends. They knew that I was this young kid who later became a pilot, and I became a commander. A big deal. I was leading people in serious scenarios. So I had a lot of credibility. So when I went to my friends that knew me, they were like, I'm in. Or even I was able to even push them in because I had credibility. Now, if you have credibility, you can push your friends in. That's okay, especially if you know that you're going to make them successful. So that part, you're going to have to gain some confidence. Push your friends in. If you really believe in I am, you believe that I am is going to be that free enterprise. Listen, this is a mindset twist. If you don't believe, then you're not going to even be successful. You realize that? There's only so much you can fake. You can't fake belief, because belief is energy. Belief is a feeling. It's energy you put out into the world and universe. So if you don't believe it, find a way to start believing it, and you need to find whatever it is that got you all mixed up and confused. Find it, get it out the way, and start believing. And then once you believe, here's what happens when you really have belief. You start really showing the people you love. So when I see someone who does a launch event and I see all their family on the presentation, I know that they really believe. When I see someone who does launch events and I see their mother and dad, their cousins, their coworkers, they believe. Someone who doesn't believe, I'm gonna go to cold market first. You're not gonna be successful at all. I'm being purely transparent with you. If you think you're gonna come in, they got people for you, by the way. They love you. You got the people who feed on network marketing like you. Oh, you don't want to show, you hear the ads all the time. Oh, don't you get tired of having to show your family and do this and that? Folks, listen, if it worked, they would be in 10 different companies making millions of dollars. Think about it. If they had where they can show every cold market person in the world, the person selling you the system, do you really think that they would just be there? No, they would be literally in 10 companies making millions of dollars. So those systems don't work. So you got to gain the belief. Show the people you love. If you believe that this is, if you don't believe it, don't show the people you love. This is only if you believe it. And then watch the success comes. Now, same thing. They're going to sort themselves out too. Okay? So credibility, you can build it with trading. Some of you are going to have to build your credibility up. The next thing is to help your credibility, stop quitting. Maybe this might be your first thing that you have to do, and just finish. Stop quitting. Now, you're going to have a lot of people that quit your team. Don't buy their opinion and quit with them. Just keep going. It may take you 5 years to become successful in network marketing. It may take you 7. You know, David Imanitie, what you're saying, David Imanitie has been in network marketing for 17 years. He's finally hit, he's chairman 750. So remember we talked about the law of compensation? If I told you, or God was able to show you the future, and say, I know that you're not going to make money for the first 10 years in network marketing, but on your 12th year, you're going to be making $500,000 a month. Would you still build this if you knew? Would you? Most of us say yes, but the times are going to get tough. I went through tough times in this industry, but we stuck it out. This is why we're here now. And we're not done, but we're here now. And so, yes, that's the law of compensation. So will that happen? I believe so, okay, because I believe in the law of compensation, a universal law. The law of compensation says that you'll be paid back for all your efforts and contributions that you put in, no matter what. So even if, listen, it doesn't have to be this company, folks. You may be thinking, well, what if it might not be this company? What you have to do is stop thinking about it, just put in the work, the law of compensation. Just know that every time that I go show someone, that's me sowing a seed, and that seed to someone is going to flourish. It's the power of sowing and reaping. That's all I'm talking about. That's all the law of compensation is. And so if I show 100 people, at some point, it's going to come back to me. If I show 1,000 people, at some point, it's going to come back to me. Think about a farmer. A farmer, when they go out there, you have the truck, you see the trucks with throwing the seeds out. You see millions of seeds being thrown out. But not millions of crops grow, do they? Some grow, some don't. Right? You'll hear the analogy story. Some seed will fall on fertile soil, some seed will not fall on fertile soil. We don't know. Same thing. It's a numbers game. That's why we got to show a lot of people. And eventually what we're looking for is just 3. The great thing about our company, you're looking for 3 people. You find 3 people that really want to do this, and it's game over. You go from, that's why we just had a brand new Chairman 100 just hit, Marquita. Most of you probably seen she had just hit Chairman 10, I think, last year. Okay? She was just a P2000 last year. Imagine that. Why do you think they're having momentum? They're having momentum because they're planting a lot of seeds. They're having momentum because they're going through the numbers, literally going through the numbers. And that's all that this is. At some point, you got to say enough is enough. I'm tired. I'm going through the numbers. I'm going through all of my Facebook. I'm going through everybody in my phone. I'm just going to get this thing done so I can feel what it feels like to make $100,000 a month, to make $500,000 a month. Or for some, it's like, I want to feel what it feels like to make $10,000 a month. I remember that feeling in my first company. To make $10,000 a month was powerful. It's a game changer. You control the keys. The more you show, the more you grow. The more you plant, the more you get to harvest. The law of compensation. That's all that it is. If you teach your team the same thing, okay, you will have the same exact momentum you're seeing in this team trade house. It'll be the same momentum here. The only difference between that team and this team is they are showing more people. That's it. They're showing more than me. I'm getting to work. I've been prospecting all day because that's what we have to do. Some of us will have to go back to phase 1. And what I'm going to advise you, I'm going to stay in phase 1 probably for the next couple of years now. Phase 1, what is that? I'm putting in personals as much as I can. I'm never, ever going to take a break again for personals. See, we had put in 30 personals, I think, a month ago. And then I took a break to help those personals. And what I'm realizing, I should have just kept putting in personals. So I'm telling you right now, you should always be putting in personals. And then show your team how to put in personals. And we're all putting in personals. Now we have a massive explosion. What does that look like? We're showing the presentation, sending people the video, getting them. We're not just waiting. Don't wait for the 9 o'clock. That's why we kind of stopped that actual meeting. Don't wait for the 9 o'clock. You go make the presentation. You go do the one-on-one. You go do the 2-on-1 with your team. Because as you multiply, guess what? You have 1 at first, and then it goes to 2, then it goes to 10. Now you got 10 hours that can be done in 1 hour. That's the power of network marketing. When you have a team of 20, now you have 20 hours that can be put in 1 hour. But if you don't teach that team income producing activities, you're going to see things like training all the time. Okay? When there's training, there's no producing. That's not value in the system. Period. So I don't know about you. I want to go chairman over and over again. Chairman 100, 250 and beyond. And if you're with me, you want to go chairman, these are the things you have to do. It's non-negotiables. Okay? So the fourth thing, I know folks, I just talked. The fourth thing we're going to talk about here is being able to take a punch. Consistency. Don't be the person that start and stop every time. Start and stop don't work in network marketing. Consistency works in network marketing. You have to continually every single day do this thing. Now look at it this way. When I started this company, our goal was to hit, of course, we wanted to knock out Chairman 10. We did it in 60 days. It was pure, hardcore press, full court press consistency. When I first came to this company, we were doing 10 presentations a day. Every day I would go, we'll pop a Zoom in, we were calling people, we were going through Facebook, hop on the Zoom, hop on the Zoom, hop on the Zoom. There were times we had hundreds of people on Zoom, and we were doing it 10 times a day. You know, when we first started, we put in 45,000 of volume in 1 week because we were all moving. And then something shifted. And I'm going to tell you what shifted so that we don't go there again. Once we get rid of it, it's gone. We shifted from a builder's mentality to a customer's mentality. We shifted from a builder's mentality to a customer's mentality. I said it's different over here. They told me not to do it. Okay, what is the customer's mentality? Well, I'm going to use the product. That's all I'm focused on. I want to use the product first. So here's what happens when your people come in. We all say, all right, when I come in, I just want to trade. And when I went to my last company, that is not what I said. When I got to my last company, I didn't say I just want to travel. I did not say that. As a matter of fact, I was already ranked up midway in the company before I even took my first vacation. The company had already paid me enough money and more beyond to take that vacation and more. So we have to switch back because in this company, here's what happened. Oh, let me get the results first because I need to know how to do this. And then I will show my people. Then that's us acting as the expert. And if you act as the expert, you're going to get your results. And that's what you have right now are your results. If you want the company's results, the company is saying, we're going for 1 million customers. We're going to give you everything we need. We're going to hire all the best educators. We're going to even put a new platform called e-commerce on there. We're going to hire a guy who makes millions in this market. And so what are we going to do? We got e-commerce coming down. What are we going to do? Go start selling stuff first, and then we go tell our people about it? No, we're going to be distributors. We're going to promote the product. We're going to put volume in the system. And if this hurts your feelings, then that's not the part for you. Network marketing is not for you. You're going to remain a customer. That's cool because customers in our company make money. It's nothing wrong with just being a customer. It's when you're in the middle. You're trying to be a customer and you're on the line with being a builder. Okay? Let me tell you what builders do. IPA, income producing activities. So tonight, my goal is to make you make a decision. Are you building or are you a customer? And if you're a customer, good, we're still getting it. If you're a builder, let's put our heads down and let's go charity. Let's show everybody that we know over the next 90 days. And I'm serious. Show everybody you know on Facebook, because if you don't show them, guess who's going to show them? Trade House going to show them. I know that's for sure. Okay? They going to see it. Listen, you better hear me closely. This is what I've never seen network marketing done like this before. I've never done network marketing like this before. I've never seen this before where you have young men and women hitting ranks like Chairman 100 and beyond making this much money. I've never seen it. And guess what? It's probably never going to happen again in history. There will never be another Christopher Terry that is as nice with the income as he is. See, because Christopher Terry already has money, his mentality is different. Because Christopher Terry is not a networker, he's not. He's a trader. He enjoys trading, and when Christopher Terry wants more money, you know what he does? He go in the market and take more money out. He don't need to take it from the company. And this is why we get paid so much money, because his goal is to dominate the industry. His goal is to pay us as much money as he possibly can. And this is why you're going to see a Chairman 1000 pop that's making $1 million a month. And those people are working like if they were Platinum 150. So here's what it feels like. For those who are ranked up, what did you feel like when you were Platinum 150? Wasn't that just a point you're like, man, I want to stay at Platinum 150. My fees are not waived. I'm actually paying. Listen, you're only getting paid $150 as a Platinum 150. Okay, so Platinum 150, you're really paying the company still. Well, we pay $175, $175 a month, plus you have the 2 add-ons, you're paying $220. At Platinum 50, you're still paying $60 a month. So I want you to know what that feels like. If you're still paying $60 a month, you own your own business, you have a negative business right now. You gotta still work. Get the Platinum 600. There's no reason a P150 should be stuck there. Go help your 3 get 3, or you go put the other 12 in the system, period. If you're building a business. If not, go ahead and take that distributorship off and just stay a customer. And let the builders do what they do. And get out the way. because this company is going to put 1 million customers in the system, whether you do or not. I know that. All right, watch the last company. They said we're going to do this. It happened. Okay? And so your goal is saying, how much of that do I want? Or do I want to be on the sidelines and watch people get rich in front of me? For the first time ever, I'm seeing people get rich in all demographics. You realize that? You hit Chairman 500, because we watched it. Young man hit Chairman Chairman 500. God just knew I didn't need Chairman 500 at the age of 20 something. Okay, I need to meet my wife first. We're here. Now it's time to hit Chairman 500. Some of us, we have a big, huge why, but we're not putting in the effort. And so I want to charge you today. You are enough. You have everything that it takes to become a chairman and a chairwoman. There's nothing special. I know sometimes we can look at the people operating like they're getting something special. They have some of this. They have nothing that you don't have. They just got drive and burning desire. Okay? They're willing to take a punch. So that fourth thing, take a punch. Okay? You're going to get no's. People are going to say no to you. People are going to talk mess about the company. People are going to do research and find all the bad things and come and tell you about it. Don't you find that interesting, right? People don't just tell you no that they don't want to do it. They want to make sure they talk you out of it. You know why they do that? They do that because they don't want to later on find out that the thing that you introduced to them, you made millions off of, and it invalidated their decision. You better hear this closely. This is why you don't buy opinion of people that are not successful. Because people that are not successful, they say misery loves company. They're going to make sure they bring you down too. Oh, you're going to be successful in that thing? No, you prove that they were wrong. When they say no to you, you know, you have those friends, they'll say no, and then they'll go above and beyond. They'll research, they'll come and tell you, they'll find all the negative videos. And be like, hey, bro, I just saying though, you know what I'm saying? I just looked on YouTube and they said 95% of people fail. You know, I just looked, you know, I heard you can do this product for free. You don't need it. They do all these things to what? Distract you and deter you. And if you're not strong, you don't have that fourth element that a lot of people don't have. Okay? A lot of people unfortunately have a quit button. Oh, my friend said it don't work, so I don't think I'm gonna do it. All my friends don't like it. They're getting upset with me. Oh, your friends are getting upset that you're gonna become debt free? Or your friends are getting upset because you have the opportunity to be around people who make 7 figures and more? Or your friends are getting upset because you got access to Bob Proctor, one of the biggest wealth coaches in the world? Your friends are getting upset about that? Or your friends are getting upset because you have direct connections with Alex Moore, one of the top networkers in the industry, one of the top paid networkers who's making well over almost 10 million a year? That's what your friends are upset about? I don't know. I'm gonna get new friends. Okay? Change your friends and change your friends. I want rich friends. I don't know about you. Okay? Rich is the new black. Okay? That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing here. So I don't know about you. If you really want this, you got to stop listening to all the naysayers and all the negative people. My ears, they start burning. I get people off the phone fast. If I hear negative, down, peace. See you on the other side. Don't ask me for a handout. Don't ask me for a check, nothing. No loans, nothing. Click, they'll be back. That's where you got to be in this season. We're back, folks. This is what we're doing. This is the culture. Okay? Trading, we make money trading. We do that. Okay? Trading is on and off. You're gonna have your days, you're gonna have your days you're on, you're gonna have your days you're off. Guess what? Okay? I have those days. I have off days and on days. And you know, being a trader, guess what? You're gonna have your days like, woo, close out all those trades, you dancing, and then you have the days where the market got you. Okay? And then how you feel. So the thing that's gonna remain consistent, you building, so guess what? When you do take those losses, it don't even matter. Do y'all realize that I was already a chairman 10? And I had already blown 2 accounts as a chairman 10. Thank God I was a chairman 10, because that would have really hurt me. But it didn't. I was a chairman 10. I've never used my own money. And I'm telling you, what success tells you, wealth tells you, hey, when I do my real estate properties, when I handle my real estate properties, I use the bank's money. Okay? When I did my invention, okay, I had investors. I'm just giving you guys the pure game. When it comes to making money, you have to understand the power of leverage. And there is no company, no industry that leverages better. In network marketing, it is the least amount of money you'll ever pay for a business that is even going to give you a return of 6 figures or 7 figures. Listen, $15 can give you a return better than a McDonald's franchise owner. We were just dropping our kids off at Adventure Care Kids, and we were talking to the owner. She actually said, "You want to buy our? So you want to buy our center?" And no, I don't want to bring it. No, But she was saying that she literally lost 75% of her business. She's operating on 25%. That's what people are going through. They need this. She was trying to sell her business, and you're in the business. So today, let's make that commitment. Okay. The fifth thing, the last thing. Got to be competitive. There's no participation awards in network marketing. You don't get money just for sitting here. You're either going to be a fan or you're going to be a builder, right? I've watched a lot of people in this industry. They're fans, right? You'll be the person congratulating everybody, but never congratulate yourself. Why? Because you're not doing IPA. That's the truth. Numbers don't lie. If you're really showing people the right way, you're going to put them in the system. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person, and you can't say the right thing to the wrong person. The person is a person. When I got into network marketing, my first time getting into my last company, okay, there was nothing special about how the person got me in. They were our relatives, okay, and I didn't even know them yet. They were Wanda's relatives, and they reached out to Wanda, and she just told her about all these vacations, and then Wanda was already ready. She wanted to take vacations, but I wasn't sold. I wasn't spoke on that part, and this is where you got to understand. See, all of you want to go and show your own way, uncoachable, but you want to go show your own way. Well, I want to show this part, which is my friend's way that my friends work is that they see that second half, they don't think it's a pyramid. Okay, they're in a pyramid already. So what? They're still broke. They're still not making money. So we're letting people make decisions for us, and they have no success. I want you to think about it. Someone's trying to tell you, well, I don't do those things. Well, that's probably why you got a zero bank account. You want to reconsider? Okay, you got to start talking to people this way. I just want to trade. You don't got money to trade. You got to go build it. Right? A lot of people are making broke decisions off their own knowledge that got them where they are. Listen, I do this. You know, I'm a coach. I'm gonna keep it 100. You get in, and you barely got in. We barely got you in because you barely got the 235. And then when you do come in, I know that if you don't waive your fees in the first 30 days, you're out. And I know that you're now not going to learn how to trade in 30 days. It's going to take you a year, 2 years to learn how to trade for real. You heard Miguel say today, Miguel's been trading for 4 years. 4 years. He got good in this company. So if it's going to take you 4 years to trade, why are you trying to get rich trading right now? Let it be a process. Go build the business. It's the best combination ever. Right? Build this thing like I do real estate. How do I do it? I don't go spend, if I want to go get a rental property, listen, folks, I don't go say, let me go take all of my savings. Let me go take all the money that I've accumulated and go put it on this one property. That's retarded. I leverage it. Okay? Now I go to the bank and I say, hey, I got 10 grand. I would like to get a loan of 100,000. Now I've leveraged the bank's money. That's the same thing we have here. You come in, wow, that's a $7 trillion a day industry. They got some sharks in the industry. They're very good. I don't know how to trade yet. I need to learn. Oh, you have a referral program? Well, I didn't really have enough money to put in my trading account. So I'm going to hit Platinum 600. Platinum 600, now I got $7,200 a year coming in that I can utilize. I'll use half of it to trade with, or I'll use 10% of it to trade with. Isn't that a simple system? That's the advice that I would give you, okay? So competitiveness. There's no participation awards. You got to put in work. And the most we can get you is 40% of your leg. What does that mean? Your sponsor, your upline, the person that brought you in, they may give you a leg. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to get it. Now, let me make this very clear, okay? In every company that I've been in, I've always been a spillover creator. I've never been a spillover taker, okay? Why? Because fast is fun. I like to go fast. And if you like to go fast, you're going to find that, unfortunately, you're not going to get spillover. And if you do got spillover, congratulations. That's powerful. I don't know what it would feel like if I ever had a power leg, because we create power legs. And so I want you to get your mentality into a power leg mentality. If it's to be, it's up to me. If it's to be, it's up to you. So the only person that can build all legs is you. So you're like, man, this leg ain't doing too good. Well, it's you. You can build that leg. Don't expect spillover. That's the next thing. Don't expect, because that's entitlement. And entitlement, unfortunately, puts you in a salty situation where you don't attract and build anyway. So you have to say, if I'm going to do this thing, I'm doing this thing. I don't need nobody. Like if literally there's been times where I got to go, I'm going to put 1,000 people in myself. And to really go through the numbers. There will be times that you can do that. Go look at the birthday promotion, folks. There are people in this company doing some extraordinary things. They put the pressure on me. I know I need to work harder. There's someone who put in well over 100 and some people over the past couple of months. Okay? There's people every month. If you want to get on the top 10, you got to at least put in about 10 to 30 people. I'm sorry, you're going to be in the top 20, you got to put in 30 people. With this birthday bash, you only had to put in 10 people to get on the list. Now I think it's at 11 or 12. No one in the organization was on that list. Okay? That's why I know that we need to go to work. And so the culture changes now. We look for competitive people. Why? Because competitive people want to win by any means, by all costs. They're going to be up late, wake up early. Those are competitive people. If you're not waking up early, then you don't want this thing enough. If you're not going to bed late, you don't want this enough. You know, Cash Cartier said the building hours are between 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. What are your building hours? I like my building hours when I wake up and we're going to go to the end of the day. I'm going to try to show someone, prospect someone, do something to build my business and put volume in the system. And so I know on this call, guess what? I know that every person on this call wants, because you're up late right now. And so tomorrow we get the reset. Let's go on a fresh 90-day run. We're looking for those 5 things I just explained in every prospect that you meet. You want them to be coachable. You want them to have a burning desire. You want them to have credibility. You want them to be able to take a punch, have grit, or be consistent. And then lastly, you want them to be competitive. When you find that person, that's the one. You show up for them. You be everything for them. You teach them everything that you know. You give them the right mindset. But understand, whatever you do right now, okay, you're duplicating. And so, like I said, I'm feeling the effects of things that I did 2.5 years ago. I'm feeling them right now. All the things that are happening in my organization right now are my fault. Okay? All the things that are happening in your organization right now are your fault. Okay? And maybe a portion of it my fault because it went down in your organization. But I get to see it, and how did I find it? I had to get coachable. I had to go get real mentorship. And some of these folks, guess what? They've been in the industry less than me, but they've been in this company longer than me. And so they knew this. This is a different company. And so everything you thought you knew about the network marketing, it ain't this company. It's different. And we got to do different. And so the time starts now. Let's go on a fresh 90-day run starting right now. Okay? And let's commit to doing 10 personals a day. Now, when I say 10 personals, we're prospecting, we're showing something 10 times a day for the next 90 days. And if we do that, you're showing 10 a day, you're going to show about 900 people, if not more, in the next 90 days. Imagine your whole organization. If you're a platinum, let's say you're a platinum 600, okay? You plus 11 other people. That means your organization is going to show somewhere around in the next 90 days, 11,000 people. Numbers don't lie. If we show 11,000 people, do you think it's possible that we can capture 5 to 10%? If you can capture 5%, if you're a platinum 600 right now, and we go on a 90-day run, and everybody show 10 a day, your team is going to show about 11,000 people. And if we get 5% of that, 5%, is it 5%? 5%. You're a chairman 10. That's it. You get people to march to the same beat of the drum at Platinum 600 right now. You will go chairman 10 in 90 days. So that's our call, folks. That's what we do. In IPA, income producing activity, here's the question I want you to just remember. Ask yourself, every time that you decide to go do something in this business, I want you to ask yourself, does it put value in the system? And if it doesn't put value in the system, you're not doing network marketing. You're a customer. Hear that very clearly. Every time you go to do this thing, does it put volume in the system? No? Then you shouldn't be doing it, unless it's something that you absolutely have to do. Okay? So that is our call, folks. I know there's so many chairmen on this line right now. I'm not going to fire you guys up because we need to go to bed and wind down. Okay? So here's what I'm going to tell you. The blueprint. For those who are trying to build and trade at the same time, trust me, I've been through all of this. This is why I kind of shift to HFX. Okay, I want to spend 15 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe an hour a day trading. I'm done, and then I'm working on IPA, income producing activities. And then you just go with that same rhythm. Hey, you don't make a trade, so what? Let's go still build the business, because the goal is to get you the income. And I'm telling you right now, from everything that I know, and we're gonna actually, and I don't know if I hope, yeah, we're gonna be doing a get out of debt. I'm gonna be breaking some major things down tomorrow about getting out of debt. Folks, you don't realize how significant hitting P600 is right now. With hitting P600, I can show you how to be out of debt in the next year to 3 years, depending on how much debt you have. You may think you have a lot of debt. You might be, I got 50,000 debt. Guess what? It can be paid off in the next 1 to 2 years. Literally with what I'm going to show you tomorrow. But the reason why you're probably, let's say for those who are, when we talk about debt, the reason why you're thinking you can't pay it off as fast is because you've never planned to pay it off. You just kind of go about it. It's like anything else. If you don't track it, it's not going to go away. I'm telling you from experience. I've been in debt my whole life. Okay? I was born into debt. It's a real story. Okay? So I'm going to tell you how we did it. It wasn't about the money. You know what the funny part is? It was never about the money. It's habits. And I'm already getting to a whole nother talk. Let me stop. So we're going to have that talk tomorrow. Listen, you guys are in the right place. You're in the right organization. It's time to take off. Let's go, Chairman. And tomorrow at 9 o'clock, it won't be a presentation, even though you can, well, kind of, it will be a presentation. So get your family on the debt seminar we're going to do. I'm not going to give a presentation. We're talking about debt. I'm going to talk about how to get a debt snowball, but I'm going to talk about and insert how Platinum 600, that one $600 payment on all of your debts can cascade down. And then you'll start realizing how important this company really is and how it can change lives. So that's our time tonight, folks. I appreciate you. Let's go. You guys have a great night. Peace.